Hello, my name is Satchel Strong, and today I will be training you on the proper way to valet park. When it comes to valet parking, there really is a right and a wrong way to do it. As a valet driver myself, the customer is entrusting you with a large responsibility that needs to be taken seriously. I've spent more than a year as a valet driver, and even though it's not a difficult job, there's a strict procedure that you must follow with each vehicle. I will be training you based on my company's policy and how we do things in order to perform the job correctly. You need to ensure that you're being safe, following company procedure, and putting the customer first. There's multiple steps for valet parking. There's a pre-car check that you do. It's an introduction with the customer, as well as going around the vehicle and doing a damage check to assess what damage may be on the vehicle previously, so you're not liable for what's already been done to the vehicle. Also, uh, you need to learn how to properly park the vehicle and retrieve it as well. Those are two separate steps, and there's a lot of steps that go into ensuring that both of those standards are met. I will be giving you an in-depth overview of each of these steps to ensure that you can fully understand what needs to be done in order to be a successful valet driver. So the first steps that I'm going to be going over with you are the pre-car check. You're going to start, the customer is going to pull in the lot and ask you to park their vehicle. You want to be very friendly with them, ask them how they're doing, how their day is going, and then ask them if they need any assistance with anything on their way in. And if they don't, then you go around the vehicle and fill out your damage card, which I'll be showing you later on. It's a little card that it's a picture of a car, and you go around and you X spots out on the car where they had damage previously, so that you know where there's already damage. So if they tell you that you did something to their vehicle, which is very unlikely but can happen, you're not liable for what's happened. And then we move on to the second step, which is actually parking the vehicle. You're gonna get in the vehicle, and there's a couple rules that you need to follow while you're driving. I usually keep it under 10 miles per hour just to make sure that they're entrusting us with their vehicle, and just to make sure that no mistakes are made. And then you drive it through the lot, take it to one of the parking spots, the designated valet spots. Park it in. Make sure that you're backing it in so that the back end is in the parking spot. That's just ensuring so that when people are taking the car back out, that you just pull out and no issues. And you want to make sure that you have even amount of space on both sides of the car next to the lines, so that there's no door dings or stuff like that happens. And then you want to make sure that before you leave the car that all doors are locked, and that pretty much that the car is how you left it when you got it. According to the CPA Valet website, not only are following the rules gonna bring the customers back more often to use the valet service, but you're also gonna receive higher tips, because they're gonna notice that you're going the extra mile to take care of their vehicle, and yeah, it's gonna show. Also, on the Kronos Valet website, they talk about how just to drive the vehicle how you would want others to drive your vehicle. So you really have a lot of freedom being a valet driver, because the customer might not see you driving the vehicle, and you kind of you have the opportunity to do some things that you probably shouldn't. But it's just stick to your values and make sure that you're driving how you'd want others to drive your vehicle. Also, when you get done parking the car, you need to make sure that you put the car's ticket number in their window, as well as tying the damage report to their keys. And it also has a number on the ticket so that you can look at it, you put the parking spot down, and you can know exactly where to go when you need to go get their car. And here is a picture of the damage report right here. you can see that there's a spot for the parking spot right here. It's time when they get in, time when they leave, and there's a picture of the car where you put the X's where there's previous damage. Okay, and for retrieving the car, so you're gonna have the customer's gonna come out and they're gonna walkie-talkie in the number. You go and look in the key rack and find the corresponding ticket number with the keys. You go find the car, then make sure that everything was how you put it or everything was the same as how you got it. And then you pull the car out. Same driving procedure as parking it. I always go below 10 miles an hour just to make sure that being safe. Stopping fully at stop signs, just following basic driving rules. And then you're gonna pull the car around, bring it up to the customer, and you're gonna open their door for them, let them in, pull their seatbelt down for them and over their shoulder. You hand it to them. They can put it on if they want. I just always do that because it's just a good gesture, and usually they reward you for that. And after that, you just ask them or tell them to have a good rest of their day and thank you for using our valet service, and then hopefully you get a pretty decent tip out of it. But yeah, that's about it for the steps to the valet parking. Yeah, it's just really following procedure and making sure that you put the customer first is really the main thing, and then that just goes with being safe with their vehicle, following procedure to make sure everything goes well. Make sure you're filling out the damage report correctly so that there's no issues with that, and then just making sure you keep their car safe. I mean, besides a house, person's car is pretty much usually their second most valued possession. So you just want to really make sure that you're treating it as how somebody else would treat their car, or how you want somebody else to treat your car. There's also another really interesting article that I read from the First Class Valet website that talked about how customers are going to tip you differently, and even if you're doing all the right things. So, but even if they don't tip you well, just still treat every customer with respect, because they might come back and remember how you showed complete respect and took care of their vehicle and followed all the rules that you should, and you just did a all-around good job. So just make sure that you're treating everybody with respect, and that you're going about your job and working as hard as possible and doing everything you can in your power to make sure that their car gets back safe and that they have a pleasant experience with your valet service. And again, as I said in the opening, while valet it's an easy job and it can be enjoyable and a good time, you just need to make sure that you're putting the customer first in everything that you're doing, because really that's what you're there for. It's a personal service for them, and the more you do that, the better you're going to do as a valet driver in general. So really just just make sure you're putting the customer first, and you'll follow the company procedure, and you'll do a great job as a valet. Well, that concludes today's training session, and I want to thank my friends for listening, and here they are. All right, thank you. Have a great day.